On this episode of Southall Computing, we'll be installing an aftermarket radio in a Ford Ranger 2010 model, and that's coming up next. Hey YouTube, it's Dan from Southall Computing, and today we'll be installing a aftermarket radio in a 2010 Ford Ranger. This happens to be an old radio that I had kicking around down in the shop here. This model number is GA2114. I don't believe it has the latest capabilities for Android OS, but considering the 2010 Ford Ranger still has its stock basic radio, any upgrade is going to be a great upgrade for this truck. As far as parts, we're going with the Metra 59-5817. This will provide the brackets for the side of the radio here, and has a small bezel on the bottom, I believe, and the wiring harness that we're going to use to plug into the standard connectors found inside the truck itself. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start wiring this guy to the other connector in back of the radio, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's see how we could get this bezel and radio off. Let's take out the cigarette light adapter here. Underneath the bezel, I feel two screws, and I feel like they're bolts, perhaps? Yeah, they're bolts. We'll have to figure out what number that is. And I also bought the DT1 removal kit. Supposedly it goes into these little holes on the side here to help remove it, but I'm going to see if I could try to remove this as an entire assembly here, and we'll get these screws on the bottom over here out. So we'll be right back. Okay, so quarter wouldn't fit, but 9/32 would. So let's take these bolts out. Okay, bolts are out. Let's see. There we go. That corner came out first. Oh. Two. So the good news is this entire thing comes right out. I'm sure the radio's still connected somehow. We got this guy, both of the cigarette light adapters connected, so we're going to undo those pins real quick. So there's the airbag light that we have to disconnect as well. That right cigarette lighter. What a pain that stupid connector was. So I see what that special tool does. It pushes in on these pins I'm guessing this bracket comes out, so we're going to give that a try next. Okay, so we got the new head unit inside the factory bezel. Unfortunately, this is one of those times where we have to get a little creative. These Eonon double DINs aren't up to factory spec or the normal spec, so it's always a tad larger. So what I ended up doing was cutting the bezel on the top and the bottom to get this guy to fit in here. And I also had to get creative what I got from Metra, where I put on the brackets backwards so it'll give me a stop here, preventing the radio from sliding out, and I have to do that on both ends here. And it ended up working pretty nice, but kind of sucks that I had to actually cut the bezel, the factory bezel on the top and the bottom, but it works. It's not like we're ever going back to the stock radio anyway. Okay, so I already ran the GPS sensor through the dash, and it's also going to the top of the dashboard, and as well as the microphone, which is going to sit for the hands-free calling on top of the steering wheel of the truck, and we'll look at that a little later. So now we're going to hook up power, the antenna, GPS, and the microphone, and get this guy installed and reconnect all the wonderful cigarette lighter adapters and all that other fun stuff. Let's get this done. Whoops, we forgot to put the screws in down here. Let's do that real quick. There you go, folks, and that's how you install an aftermarket radio in a 2010 Ford Ranger. As always, if you like what you see here, give this video a big ol' thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, join our forums. It would be greatly appreciated. We're also doing an Eonon head unit giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we'll randomly select a YouTube subscriber as a winner. Take care, folks. This is Dan from Southhawk Computing. Until the next time.